Welcome to Listen to Player 2, a video game review show. My name is JoJo, and I will be your player 1.
And my name is Kim, and I will be your player 1.
Jeff isn't here because we left him at the place that Kim's going to tell us a story about.
We abandoned him.
We abandoned him in the care of a good friend of mine. His name is Chuck.
You might know him as
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Mr. Cheese.
They call me Mr. Cheese.
He made an appearance tonight.
That was probably pretty distressing.
They've modernized him a bit. They've modernized him to about 1990. He's really into basketball and skateboarding.
Nice.
They do this probably 2 to 4 times a year at my son's school. It's a school fundraiser. You go and basically for the price of a pizza, you get a pizza and some playtime.
Define playtime.
So you get like 15 minutes of unlimited game time, but I gave him 30 because 15.
Okay.
But like the whole point is that you're supposed to go because it's giving your school money. Also, I would like to point out that Google describes Chuck E. Cheese as kid-friendly chain known for its arcade games, pizza parties, play zones, and mouse mascot.
Okay.
Yep.
Really? There's not a lot else.
Yeah, that's what they're known for. And so I did not grow up with Chuck E. Cheese. I actually did not know it was a real thing. I would hear about, like, they had commercials about Chuck E. Cheese, but similar to other commercials that I'd see, I would just think like those things didn't actually exist, that they were just things that they were advertising to for the future, like when they talked about flying cars and jetpacks. Someday we would aspire to have a Chuck E. Cheese, but it never happened.
Yeah.
My cousin actually worked for one of the last Chuck E. Cheeses that had animatrons in, I think, Wilmington, Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
Or Wareham or somewhere around there, maybe Burlington, I don't know, which is, I believe, where the original co-factory is from, just to let you know. So that little side dish there. So anyway, I did not know about Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't know what to expect. I was under the impression that it was an exorbitantly expensive place. Now, it is not cheap, but I can't even begin to explain to you how expensive as a child I thought Chuck E. Cheese was.
Now,
I thought it was Disney.
I am thinking, and I know I could be wrong on this one, but Charles Entertainment Cheese, it's not a bougie.
Not a bit, no.
It's got the ball pit, which we love.
There is no ball pit.
I'm sorry, what?
There's no ball pit. This Chuck E. Cheese does not have a ball pit. And that might be because of COVID. They might have gotten, because they got rid of the ball pit.
No, wait a minute. Stop. What do you mean it doesn't have a ball pit?
There's no ball pit.
How can there not be a ball pit?
There just is none.
So you're telling me I go to Chuck E. Cheese and I want to go dive into the ball pit.
Yeah.
I jump. What do I land on?
There is no ball pit.
What do I land on?
There's no ball pit to jump into.
But what do I? Okay,
they removed it for hygienic reasons. The same reason.
But what do I land on when I jump, Kim?
The ground.
I don't like that. In fact, I would go so far as to say I hate that and I find it offensive.
I don't know what to tell you, man. They got rid of the ball pit, but they have a lot of really fun games. And they update them frequently, but they still have like skee ball and the basketball hoop thing. But there's a Transformer game that's really good. There's the Batman game that's a staple.
Do they have the Jurassic Park game that's a car?
They do have a Jurassic Park game, but it's pretty new. I don't know if it's the car. It's a.
Do they have any games that are like a motorcycle?
Oh yeah,
those whip ass.
Yeah. Those, and then there's the old timey like shoot the duck as it goes by thing, which is kind of fun.
Well, I've never seen those in real life.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is it's definitely rigged. But I mean, I think they're all supposed to be rigged. All right.
Yeah.
Apparently, back in 2011, they got new pizza. So I don't have any knowledge of the old pizza, but historically, the old pizza was apparently not good.
Okay.
And the new pizza, I was very surprised. Edible pizza. Pretty good, actually. I ate.
As in opposed to a non-edible
Right, as opposed to cardboard. They also have an absolutely banger salad bar.
Really?
Yeah. Cottage cheese, boiled eggs. I mean, like a real good salad bar.
Neither one of those roughage, Kim.
But it's one thing to just have like lettuce at a salad bar. It's all about what is the bar bit. Things that you're putting on it.
What are the drinks?
Yeah. It's
they don't do drinks, do they?
Oh, they sure do. Beer and wine. So I did not partake because the last time that I saw one of my parents, I was absolutely shit-faced and I didn't want her to see me again with an alcohol in my hand. Although her husband at the time when I was very shit-faced, I gave him 2 beers.
Now, when you say at the time, do you mean at the time when this happened or at the time when he was her husband?
Oh, no, they're still married. These people.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very much. These are 2 people that are like when you have an animal and you start to look like your animal. They are a couple that is the most coupled. It's pretty cool. Anyway.
Excellent.
I gave him 2 beers thinking that he would give one of them to his wife. And he goes, oh, sweet, I've got insulated pockets. And then he stuffed both of the beers in his pants. So I really felt like the bar for my behavior was pretty low.
Wait, I have insulated pockets.
Yeah. So he was prepared to be walking around with cold beers in his pants because he knew, because this was not his first rodeo. This was on Halloween. I was not prepared to walk because even in my onesie that I was wearing, there was no room for beers.
Sure.
It's just, I'd be too clunky. I was already carrying a carrot and a wrench.
Fair. Why? Fair.
What is your, do you have a recent Chuck E. Cheese story? So this was what happened. This was today.
I don't have a super recent one. Let me tell you where I am right now, Kim, and what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find a way to make it so that you can hear something that's playing a sound on my computer. I actually don't know how to do that.
Can you send me a link?
Yeah, I can, and I will. I'm going to send it to you, and then I'm just going to do a quick little countdown, and we'll both hit play and maybe listen to it for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
So Chuck E. Cheese releases albums, and very recently he released one called Pumpkins in My Pockets, the DJ Munch remix.
Wow, I see. 2023.
Yeah. Let's just take a quick little second. This was released.
I'm clicking on it right now.
Let's take a quick listen to Pumpkins in My Pockets by DJ Munch remix by Charles Entertainment Cheese.
All right, so this is from Chuck E. Cheese, who only has less than 500,000 subscribers. That's kind of sad.
They're
this is the
doing their
remix.
best.
Yeah, okay, see. All right.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah.
Pumpkins in my pockets, I've got pumpkins in my pockets, I've got pumpkins, I've got pumpkins, I've got pumpkins in my pockets, I've got pumpkins in my
He's definitely got pumpkins in his pockets. This much is assured.
Yeah.
pumpkins in my pockets.
Okay, yeah, this is the remix. I was listening to the OG Pumpkins in his pockets.
Yeah, no, this is the one they play in the clubs when Skrillex is really cutting up.
He has what is that Mew guy or whatever the hell his name is? Mouse? What's his name?
Dead Mouth? Dead Mouth 5?
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is DJ Munch, Dead Munch 5.
Oh, okay, totally different 5 guy. No, I gotta tell you, I think the original is better than the remix, and I don't usually feel that way.
Did they play this?
No, they did not. It is no longer Pumpkin in Your Pocket season. They did play that ABCDEFU song.
No fucking way that's what it is.
Yeah.
ABCDEFU?
You've never heard that song?
It sounds offensive.
It is offensive, but they changed the lyrics to ABCDE Forget You.
Fuck off. I didn't do that.
Yes, they did. They absolutely hand to God, or as the kids say,
no cap.
On God, on my mom, on God. They played the Kids Bop version of.
They play Kids Bop there?
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
I don't have to. We do not have time to get into Kids Bop right now.
Okay, well, hold on. It's
holy fucking shit.
So this is what I was listening to. This is the group chat is ruined.
This is not fair use.
Yeah, we are also going to we're going to have to cut a lot of this, but so are you listening to this?
I listened to a part of it and it made me want to go, that can't have been the real lyric because it says even tried to bite my tongue when you start that can't be the real lyric.
No, those aren't the real lyrics.
Okay. We cannot get into Kids Bop right now, Kim. DJ Munch has already taken so much from us. In terms of the limited time we have on this earth, we have to go on to something even more terrifying, which is that's probably a good enough pivot, right?
Yeah.
Are you listening to Kids Bop right now?
No, I was looking at what the lyrics were. It's even when you start shit is the
yeah,
not great.
There's a line from the Rihanna. What's the Rihanna song? It's
Umbrella
like,
Ella Ella.
No, there's another one. It's like, he beats me black and blue, but fucks me so good. What's that song?
I have no idea, but it sounds. I don't love it.
That's Love on the Brain.
Oh.
The Kids Bop version of that. It makes me feel it's true, but it tricks me so good. That's nothing.
These are just words.
Guys, you could just not do this.
You could have been like, no thanks, that particular song. Nobody put a gun to your head and said, children need to sing this Rihanna song.
God, it's a good song. It fucking hits. Anyways, we're not reviewing Kids Bop. We're reviewing video game reviews.
Our next show is going to be about reviewing Kids Bop songs.
Jesus Christ, if only we were brave enough. We're a video game review show. Now, on this show, what we do is we look at recently released games, normally within this calendar year, and try to determine if they are worth playing, because there are just so many games, it's hard to pick. And the way that we do that is by looking at reviews from fellow gamers. That's right, the wisdom of the crowd. And the game that we are looking at today is Alan Wake 2.
Now, full disclosure.
I did play this one.
You have played this game.
Here's what's important, though, Kim. Even though I played it, I am not a critic of games.
You're right.
And in fact, in no way is this a show that reviews video games.
Not at all.
My opinion on this game is irrelevant.
So, first,
I think I did say last week I recommended it, but let's pretend that didn't happen.
Right. Nobody heard that.
Not yet, anyway. I have to release it.
So we need to, first of all, I need to do previously on Alan Wake. Alan Wake is a video game from 2010. It's an action-adventure game. Was released in May of 2010. I don't know what you were doing then. I was getting ready to move to California. It was then released.
I was finishing my master's degree.
That was in Bloomington? No, Binghamton, New York?
No, I was living here.
Oh.
I moved away, I think right when you moved here.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like we're like the president and the vice president. We couldn't be in the same place at the same time. Anyway.
Yeah. Their podcast that rarely comes out might be destroyed in the future.
Rude. And then it was released again 2 years later. And let's see, there was a Switch version that came out in 22. So anyway, I'm learning about this as I'm reading it. I don't know what
the hell you're doing right now. It's not how our show works.
Okay, so Alan Wake is described by Remedy as the mind of a psychological thriller and the body of a cinematic action game. So again, nobody knows how to describe their own game.
They don't. And listen, Kim, you just read Alan Wake 1.
Right. Well,
Alan Wake 2, who the fuck knows?
Right.
I do.
Well, okay, so it's some sort of horror game. Go on.
Let me do the part that I'm supposed to do, which is Alan Wake 2 was released, because this is how our show works, on October 27th, 2023. It went up against Five Nights at Freddy's for scariest thing.
Oh my God, and we were just talking about Chuck E. Cheese.
I know, isn't that interesting?
I like to be patronized.
Alan Wake 2 is a survival horror game created by Remedy Entertainment and published by Epic Games. It's a survival horror game.
Which is the theme of a lot of games.
If you want a quick blender, it's like Resident Evil and Twin Peaks.
That's hard to say that you like.
It's a hard needle to thread, but this game do it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it could be unlikable.
The description of the game from the game designers themselves, which is, in my mind, the best way to not know what it is.
Absolutely.
I have to go to the Epic Games Store to find it. A string of ritualistic murders threatens Bright Falls, a small community surrounded by Pacific Northwest wilderness. Saga Anderson, an accomplished FBI agent with a reputation for solving impossible cases, arrives to investigate the murders. Anderson's case spirals into a nightmare when she discovers pages of a horror story that start to come true around her.
Ooh.
Now, hold on, Kim.
Okay.
Alan Wake, a lost writer trapped in a nightmare beyond our world, writes a dark story in an attempt to shape the reality around him and escape his prison. With a dark horror hunting him, Wake is trying to retain his sanity and beat the devil at his own game.
Wait, the literal devil?
Third paragraph. Anderson and Wake are two heroes on desperate journeys in two separate realities, connected at heart in ways neither of them can understand, reflecting each other, echoing each other, and affecting the worlds around them.
Is that it?
Fueled by the horror story, supernatural darkness invades Bright Falls, corrupting the locals and threatening the loved ones of both Anderson and Wake. Light is their weapon and their safe haven against the darkness they face. Trapped in a sinister horror story where there are only victims and monsters, can they break out to be the heroes they need to be?
Is that all?
What begins as a small-town murder investigation rapidly spirals into a nightmare journey. Uncover the source of the supernatural darkness in this psychological horror story filled with intense suspense and unexpected twists.
God fucking damn it. Okay, but
Experience both Alan Wake's and Saga Anderson stories and see events untold from different perspectives. Switch between Anderson's life or death race to solve the case and Wake's desperate attempt to rewrite his reality to escape the depths of, and this is the first time they've mentioned it, the dark place.
oh. Okay. See, I'm really glad.
Experience
Oh
two
my
beautiful
God.
yet terrifying worlds, each with its own rich cast of characters and deadly threats. Discover majestic landscapes of Cauldron Lake in the Pacific Northwest.
Visit beautiful
and the idyllic
Cauldron.
towns. It's so beautiful this time of year. Idyllic towns of Bright Falls and Watery. Contrasting sharply, attempt to escape the nightmarish cityscape of the dark place.
Okay. This is like
With limited resources, take on powerful supernatural enemies in desperate close combat situations. It takes more than a gun to survive. Light is the ultimate weapon in the fight against darkness and will be your refuge when enemies threaten to overwhelm you. Now I'm done.
okay.
Actually, know what? They're done. I am in no way done, but
That
yeah.
okay, so that is like when a student has not read the assignment, but they think that if they just talk around the question long enough, you'll think that they did read it.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. The amount of detail that actually isn't in this if you're paying attention, because it's said the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I didn't learn anything past that first break.
Yeah, you're in Bright Falls.
It's
There's
beautiful.
serial
Apparently,
killers.
yeah.
It's beautiful. God, that leaves.
It's
so beautiful.
I wonder how property value fares after this game in this imaginary place.
Normally, when we read the descriptions of games, it's like you didn't even try.
Yeah.
Like you could have not, and it would have been fine. And in this one, we basically were like, did you really want us to fucking go off?
Yeah.
And they did. And you know what? They were right.
We do. Yeah. We thought we wanted something that we don't want.
Yeah.
Stop.
We fucked around and found out.
Stop beating the game description. It's already dead. But yeah, sounds very much like Twin Peaks because it's in the Pacific Northwest and it's very, very idyllic.
And it's got, FBI agents solving problems and a mysterious zany world.
Yeah.
And
The
all kinds of stuff.
The Upside Dark Place.
The Upside Dark. That's nothing. It is available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC on the Epic Games Store. It is available for the price of $49.99 on PC.
Are you going to tell us how much it costs if you have Game Pass?
It's not on Game Pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
you paid money for this game?
I paid money for this game. I know. Now, on PlayStation 5, and it is available for $59.99, and on Xbox Series X, it's available for $59.99. So you do have to pay a bit of a premium to play it on consoles. If you play it on computer, it's $10 less.
Okay. That's not much of a premium. That Chuck E. Cheese pizza's coming back.
That's good. I love that.
It's very
going to really destroy the inside of your body.
Yeah, it's very garlicky, which is weird.
Currently, Alan Wake enjoys a Metacritic score of, and you're not going to believe this, Kim,
69.
87.
Ooh. Again, I think Metacritic's getting soft.
I think they are too. Based on 65 critic reviews for PS5, 87 on PC, 89, and on Xbox Series X, 94. Which is weird. It's weird that they make that distinction when it's so meaningless. The overall score is 87. And the user score, 8.9.
Wow.
So
nobody, I really got to know a review. of this game because at this point,
do you want to know the big three?
Yes.
Okay. First one. This is a masterpiece. Like, without any sense of irony, people are just saying masterpiece game. There's a lot of ones that just say masterpiece.
Like just Breath of the Wild level awe.
This game, holy shit. My God. What a game.
Some pig.
Some pig.
That's this masterpiece.
Some pig. Next one. Trash.
Oh.
Boring, stupid trash.
Did they use the term baby? People really like to use the term baby. Baby,
as in like, as it is a
It's for babies.
Oh, no, not that.
Okay.
Just that it is trash. It's a bad game.
Garbage game. Got it. Okay. What else?
And here's what's interesting. Art is that. That's what art is.
Okay.
It's either 0 or 10. Next batch of reviews that I think is
Oh, I just burped and it tasted like a swimming pool. Oh God.
That's really Kim. That's really bad. That's horrible.
Charles Entertainment Cheese, what have you done to me? I'm sorry, go on.
The last one is sort of a middle, and it's kind of like, I really liked the original one. This one, I don't like so much. Like, it doesn't play as good.
Oh, it doesn't play as good as a game from 2010?
Yeah, when you hear that, it sounds pretty weird, right?
I don't want to question people's reviews because that's not my job. That's not why I'm here. No, you know what? We are reviewing reviews. That is why I'm here. Fuck these people.
Oh shit. Okay.
No.
A good chunk of people were really upset that there wasn't only Alan Wake in this game.
Okay.
Also.
Is there a dog that you can pet?
There is.
Okay. Can you name the dog?
No. I will tell you this. Finding the dog is in and of itself a bit of a challenge. And when you do find it, you will be genuinely surprised.
Okay.
You got to like put in the fucking sweat equity to get this dog. You are going to feel like you earned petting it.
That's how all dog ownership should be. You should always feel like you had to work to earn that dog.
This dog was a bit of a trial.
Yeah, that dog. Remember the dog? Remember it was a Baldurgate, wasn't it? Like you just had a dog that just like shit constantly and ate all your furniture for 10 straight hours, and then at the 10th hour you were like, I don't know, this dog's pretty great.
Oh, that was Starfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was how we described. That was our outcome of Starfield. Now, the ones that are we're going to be getting into in a little bit, all these fun reviews, they're great. But there is one thing that I actually was surprised of is really not a lot of terrible complaints in Metacritic, oddly enough.
Okay.
Like not a lot of people who are just like assholes. It seems like that they're just complaining about the game or the boss fights, which is refreshing, I think. Hey, one second, Kim, I have to shut my door and we have to restart the Zoom call. I'm going to disconnect the call and you can start a new meeting. I know. Part of me was thinking like maybe we should have a better version of Zoom that doesn't shut off on us. But I will say this, it does remind us to fucking keep our shit moving.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like it's a built-in like, hey, it's been 40 minutes. If you were at a job, you would need to take a break by now.
Yeah. So one, I wanted to tell you that you are in for a real treat when you edit this because I sang a whole song about a Zoom meeting while I was getting the Zoom meeting. And also, why'd you have to close your door, Joe?
Oh, my girlfriend came home.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I had something that I thought you should do.
Is it fuck off?
No, you should grab Holly by the titties and sing, "These are a few of my favorite things." See how that goes.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know, the Sound of Music song. I was thinking about that today while I was at work.
They grab someone by the titties?
Yeah, and then sing about how they're a few of your favorite things. And just how that would go over. And I
probably well.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I think that in the right context, it would be surprising and funny. In the wrong context, it's abuse.
You know what? Here's the tough part. That's a really, really, really fucking Kobayashi Maru. That's a tough one, Kim. That's a real tough one.
I don't understand.
I'm sure you don't.
You're going to make me Google something, aren't you?
Kobayashi Maru, it's a move from Star Trek that's impossible to execute.
Oh, okay. Then yes. Yeah, you can't I agree. There's really basically what I was doing was, Hey, go have a fight with your girlfriend.
Good job, Kim.
Anyway, this game.
How about these reviews, Kim?
Yeah, hold on. I have a review.
Oh shit! Are you gonna fucking kick this one off?
Yeah.
Are you gonna kick these tires and light these fires?
I'm gonna do. See, the trick is you don't want to do a 1-star review. You want to do a 2-star review. The 1-star reviews are all like
the 1-star reviews are utterly unhinged.
Yeah, I gave this thought. I wish I waited a little longer before jumping in to buy this game, says Alicia Grande 4 days ago. So that was almost 2 weeks after the game was released, right? How do days work? Yeah. The story is slow and broken into many parts, and sometimes a quote unquote part is over and all you did was walk through an area and click a few buttons. I'm probably more than halfway through and it's somehow gotten more boring.
Whoa.
I feel like playing as Saga. I spent most of my time putting photos on a board for no reason and listening to her think out loud. And as Wake, I'm just walking in circles, literally. There has been very few parts that felt like I was actually, all caps, doing something. The action was all stuffed into about 30 minutes of gameplay. The combat is not very enjoyable. It's just a very dull game. There's one of your 3 options. The jump scares are cheap and random. Way too much talking.
I would not be able to point to a fucking jump scare.
Not enough gameplay. Not enough action. Update. Finished it. It felt more like a movie. I kept clicking play to engage than a video game, which ultimately disengaged me. Oh, man.
Ooh,
Alicia,
got me.
Whew, too many tedious, repetitive, and unnecessary elements, especially
so
towards
I think
the end.
here's what I will say. Tedious,
repetitive, and unnecessary.
Those are all synonyms. So you are literally doing the thing you're complaining about.
So Alicia knows something about being tedious, repetitive, and unnecessary.
Definitely.
The overall story was interesting and enjoyable, but the gameplay and the mechanics were too minimal and basic. The monotonous feel of the mind place was the ultimate vibe killer for me.
Whoa.
And 2 people found this review helpful.
Where are you seeing this fucking review?
Google. Audience reviews from Google.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, and you can filter by stars. So this one just very much played into one of those 3 options. Is either like I can't stop jizzing. It's boring. It's not as good as the other one, but yeah, the mechanics aren't good. The storyline's boring. There is a trend in a lot of games to sort of go over the top, I think, with cutscenes.
Yeah. And this game has a lot of cutscenes in it.
Obviously, they're going to try to make it into a TV show. So you got to have a lot
Well, you know what's funny, Kim? I think that is something that we can take from Alicia's review here. By the way, it's just Google user Alicia Grande. I don't know why people review anything, and I certainly don't know why they do it here. This is absolutely insane to me. The game has a rhythm that is essentially like you probably don't want to sit and binge this you don't want to play this from start to finish. In fact, you probably shouldn't. And the game even sort of like it sort of tells you to do that, like implicitly, in that the game is slow and broken into many parts. Here's what she's not saying. When one of those parts is over, the game plays like a song, like the credits of a TV show.
Oh, I really dislike. So there was a game that we were playing that would do that I kind of found frustrating. That highway game. I'm looking for it on my desktop right now. I can't.
Highway. I know which one you're talking about.
76. Not 76. I don't know. It's on here somewhere. But anyway, actually, there is an Alan Wake TV show already, and they're making.
Yeah, they're working on it. Yeah.
No. There was one in 2010. It was called Bright Falls. And they're working on it.
That I don't know was a real TV show. I think those were just like cut scenes that you could get with the game.
TV series 2010. Live action prequel to Alan Wake. After arriving in the small Pacific Northwest town, reporter Jake Fisher is plagued by blackouts and finding disturbing evidence.
Yeah, this is not. I saw this. It was like a mini series. If they were like fucking 10 minutes each, like it was nothing.
But it's still a TV show.
All right. Yeah, I guess it is.
And it has actors in it.
Okay. You know what? I'll give it to you.
Thanks. But yeah, they are actually working on an Alan Wake, like an actual, like in the style of The Last of Us. So of course they're going to have all these freaking cutscenes because then they don't have to have writers. I think that this person's review, I will review this review as valid, although some people will not agree with them. It's not unhinged, and I can respect where they're coming from.
Yeah. They wanted Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, they want more fighting, less talking.
The parts of this game you're gonna like, definitely not the combat.
All right.
That's fair.
Yeah. And so yeah, the things that you liked about it, the things that this person disliked about it, you liked about it, which means that probably that thing that they're complaining about is there, as opposed to like some people who are like, it's a baby or it's not baby. Like clearly, if you don't like the fighting, then this is a good game for you because there's not a lot of it. If you want more fighting, you're probably going to be unhappy.
Yes.
Give me a review. Hit me. What do you got?
This is from Metacritic user Stay Rouse. Stay Rouse writes, boring. Hours of walking, looking, and solving irritating puzzles. The OGAW was an awesome horror shooter with a cringe B-grade horror story. AW2 is a walk-in simulator puzzle game with a bad story and bad writing that takes itself way too seriously. I will take umbrage with that sentence. The first game felt like it was having fun being corny. AW2 feels like the writers had their own personal champagne glasses to sniff each other's farts. When there is combat, it's fun, but the pacing is so bad and the game spends so much time being pretentious that these tiny bits of okay combat just don't cut it. The game is filled with boredom and irritation. Unless you have had a lobotomy or are one of these journalists that are best buds with Remedy, IDK how you would enjoy this. Also gonna watch how many video games journalists go work for Remedy in 6 months.
What do you think they mean by that?
They didn't like this game.
I got that far.
And the only way that you would like this game, if you were a games journalist, which we are not.
No, that's true. We're not.
Is if you're really trying to get a job there.
Okay.
Because, you know, the very obvious career path of
write a good review and then get a job at a place. Yeah.
Worked for the news and then use that to break into making video games.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense.
Just like a slippery greased pipe.
Yeah. This game does seem artsy. That's a thing we can take from Stay Rouse. It does feel like you're watching something where someone was like, I'm making an art right now.
Okay.
I'm doing an art. Guys, step back. I got clay. I'm doing an art in here.
Here I go. Arting.
If you burn dinner and you put it in front of your loved ones and they look at it and then they look at you and they look at it and they're like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, it's a art. I did an art to that lasagna.
Yeah.
I arted
all over that lasagna.
You get pulled over by the police and they're like, hey, you were speeding. And you're like, no, I was arting.
I arted. I cannot wait to use that excuse that I was arting.
I was arting all over my mouth when I brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
With the toothbrush.
Did you do a good job brushing your teeth? It was art.
It was artsy. I'll tell you that much.
It was.
Was it good or was it bad? It was something.
There was a significant amount of whimsy when I flossed this morning.
Oh, wait, no, blood. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Not whimsy. Blood is the least whimsical fluid.
Yeah.
That you can have.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. So I would like to add to that review. I don't really want to read the entire review, but Roman Mazkamov a week ago wrote 3 words, Alan Walk 2, which is TOO.
Thought we could have used that to end the show.
That would have been good. Sorry. I'll find something else. But yeah, it's a common complaint. Too much walking. If I could make a secondary
there's a lot of walking.
Yeah, there's a lot of walking, it sounds like.
I mean, they made a whole woods.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of walking. So if you like a game where there's a lot of walking and you don't like the combat, I guess that's fine. That's what you got yourself into. Kim, how would you like another review?
I would like another review.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa, take
Yeah,
it easy.
I know.
Okay.
It's this new medicine. It gives
really
me,
doesn't-
it's like Red Bull for my brain.
I'm gonna just say this one because it's very good. It's from Metacritic user Fenko. So close to perfection. The score they gave it was 10 out of 10. I really don't know what to do with that information. But that wasn't the one I wanted to read. This is from Carrie Allen 97. Alan Wake 2 is Remedy Entertainment's greatest achievement. From the stunning visuals to the way the story unfolds, this game proves that Sam Lake is one of the greatest minds working in gaming. I waited 13 years for Alan Wake 2, and to not only say that it's better than the first game, but also to say it's a perfect game, a masterpiece, fills me with so much joy.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
They just want to let us know.
13 years, Kim. That's a long time.
Yes.
I don't think people remember this game.
No. Well, I guess, yeah, if like Resident Evil came out and there were no other Resident Evils for 13 years, what would people think of Resident Evil 2?
So, okay. So if there were more games like this, how would this stack up? Because it's in 13 years, there wasn't another one of these games.
Right. So, well, I guess we're finding out, right?
Yeah. I mean, like the complaints that people have now about this game would probably be more prevalent, which is there's a lot of walking and bad combat. Also, I guess if you played Alan Wake 1 and don't remember it, you'd probably like this.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I don't know why I said it with a tone like I had a follow-up. I didn't. Like that's it. Like, if you didn't remember it, it's probably pretty good. I did not play the original Alan Wake for 13 years. Here's what I remember from the original Alan Wake, Kim. I remember there was a mission, or no, there was an achievement to finish this one level in 30 minutes.
Okay.
It took me 2 hours to finish the level, but there was an achievement to finish it in 30 minutes, and the level sucked. Like, it was a boring level, but it was also stressful and dark all that's in a way that was like unfathomable. Like, I really didn't like it. It stuck out in my mind as an experience I never wanted to go through again. That's what I remember from Alan Wake 1.
Wow.
I know. In fact, I remember more about Alan Wake 1 is that it was Easter eggs in the game Control. Like, they mentioned Alan Wake 1 in Control, and I was like, well, that's interesting. I guess they're in the same universe.
Oh.
That's it. I don't think people remember Alan Wake 1.
Well, I had never heard of it, and I do know people who play video games.
Yeah, I never talked about it.
It sounds like it's the Game of Thrones of video games. When Game of Thrones was over, everybody put their books down and they were done.
Yeah.
Like we didn't like they didn't start doing, it's not like Downton Abbey where you had like Game of Thrones tea parties and you had like, oh, we're going to make a movie Game of Thrones. And like they had a Game of Thrones spinoff that went on for a season and it'll probably do more, but it was like a different show and it was several years later. And like people weren't like freaking frothy about it.
Yeah. It's like, we did it. It's over. We don't have to do this anymore. We did Alan Wake.
We all did the thing, you guys.
Do it anymore.
Yeah. We're done. And
it's fine, I guess.
And that's, I think, how most people felt about Game of Thrones. They were really excited about it while it was happening. And then once it was done, it wasn't good. It's not good enough to like make it part of your personality. You're not an Alan Wake guy. You could be a Pokemon guy or a Star Wars guy or a Star Trek guy. But nobody was like,
really like, it's not even like a series when you think about it.
It's a 1 and a 2.
Yeah. The first one was 13 years away from the one you're playing now. You could have like an entirely different, and you do have a different life, 13 years.
People be out of the house voting, hopefully, if he'll do
13 years.
Civic duty.
Yeah. So 13 years ago, you might not have had kids or like a full-time job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 13 years is a long fucking time.
Like, oh, you know what I loved about the first Alan Wake? Smoking pot in my mom's basement.
Yeah. And my good friend Alan Wake was there.
Yeah. And I just remember how great it was that she would spontaneously bring me brownies. Like, no, you're remembering the wrong stuff, friend.
Yep. Here's another one. This is from Metacritic user Dakot. I hadn't had a chance to full play through Alan Wake. I did do my research before playing Alan Wake 2 from the first game. Control and even American Nightmare, the plots
story plot took my interest, and I really enjoy a good mystery that ties together to make sense, especially in a unique way. So to catch up before playing was worthwhile in my experience.
Cool.
Now, this is what's bonkers. The 13 years, I would say, is worth the wait. Remedy Entertainment really did a great job as a whole to create a good sequel and deserve the praise they get. Do you really think that they just sat on Alan Wake 2 for 13 years because they needed to? No, I mean, seriously, like, it is 13 years between the games. Remedy released other games in that amount of time. Some real stinkers, actually.
Yeah. They were just holding back.
Yeah. Not all games are perfect, as some bugs were found that caused to drop in combat and that my screen would freeze, other than it never ruined my experience. And there's plenty of time for future patch notes that may resolve these that occur. So I stick to giving my top score 10 out of 10 on Halloween.
Wow.
Y'all know that 13 years, Sam Lake wasn't just in the kitchen cooking something up.
Yeah.
Like, it was 13. I'm not going to say that they phoned this one in, but I wouldn't be surprised if they broke ground on this game maybe like 4 years ago. And they gave themselves like a good 4 years to do it, because they also had Control and Quantum Break in that amount of time. Control was great and Quantum Break was bad. So They definitely were working on stuff.
They're not all bangers.
Yeah, they can't be. And they definitely didn't work on this for 13 years.
So
anyways,
I have a review that there's only one important thing about this review.
Okay.
I'm going to read the whole thing and then I'm going to tell you what the important part is. This is Drew Cottrell.
Okay.
5-star Google review, because I don't want to bury the lead. I'm just telling you right now. In brackets, it says, playing on PS5 and OLED. Just started the game and it's incredible. I'm super picky about games, stability, and graphics. My favorite games are these type of survival third-person shooters. And then not a colon, but rather brackets, Dead Space, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Last of Us games, etc. There is no end to the bracket. This is all mixed together in a crime horror adventure. The level of detail and graphics and the way the game flows is so smooth and stable. Not only do I think this is the best looking game of the year, but it's also just a really well-made game that feels good when you play. You don't feel bogged down, and it'll keep you hooked. This game showcases the technology from a great studio and should set a new standard for what games can deliver. 10 out of 10. Do you have any idea what I immediately am going to flag Drew as a serial killer / no-fly list?
The fact that he didn't close the bracket?
Okay, he didn't close the bracket. That's concerning.
That gives me, I'm going to be honest, I'm unnerved by just thinking about that.
It's because he's not done, Joe. He's not done. But that's not it. The fact is, he is playing this game on 2 consoles.
I didn't even clock that as you were saying it.
Playing on the PS5 and the Switch OLED.
So you can't, okay.
And he just started it. He is dually playing this game on 2 separate consoles.
I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can play Alan Wake 2 on the Switch. Yeah. It's not on the Switch. What the hell is he talking about?
He is under the impression that he is playing it.
That is absolutely impossible.
Well,
if that is true,
how is this person?
How?
Yeah,
Kim, how?
I guess I'm going to have to look up this person. I'm going to have to call him and call him a liar. It looks like,
you know what? This is, you know what, Kim? This is that spooky story thing that Alan Wake does, where it gives us a little breadcrumb. This is how we're going to end up in the dark place, Kim. You can't get us stuck in the dark place because of this one.
Find you.
I can't believe you're really looking up this guy up.
It's asking me if he spelt his name right. Does kind of look like him. We don't have to go into it.
Yeah, we don't have to dox this person anymore.
I know exactly where you live, Drew.
Jesus Christ.
You fucking liar.
There's no possible way that this is on. Unless you jailbroke your Switch to play PlayStation 5 games or whatever the fuck secretly.
Oh, I'm going to take a picture of this guy and send it to you. This looks like a fucking liar.
Get him, Kim.
Sick pick them.
All right. You want one more review?
Yeah. I don't have much left in me, but
here's something interesting about Alan Wake 2 on Metacritic. If I try to sort the reviews by their score, it doesn't work. If I try to see only positive or negative reviews, it fails. I don't think those buttons work because I don't think anyone uses them, because who would possibly use the review tools on Metacritic? It's stupid.
that's what we're here for, to be stupid.
This is from Metacritic user A. Bowman.
A Bowman? Go on.
A Bowman writes, Alan Wake has always came across as one of those pretentious films that you know critics will score really well, but you're pretty sure you'll think it was just okay. I would honestly rather play an actual FBI murder investigation game than this. Like Thimbleweed Park? What are you talking about? They have really good foundations for that. But the clues and facts are just force fed. Force fed is one concept, but they're saying forced fed to you. Yeah, the story and plot are still interesting, but it doesn't feel like you're playing an active role in unraveling the mystery. They try to obscure this by feeding you the narrative in unusual ways, but again, it all feels a bit forced. If you removed all of the elements from this game and watched this as a film, how would you rate it? It's like I was watching bad student art films from college all over again. Speaking of gameplay elements, they are also bare minimum. A lot of the mechanics resemble a more clunky Resident Evil. I would honestly definitely want to play another Resident Evil than another Alan Wake. Every aspect from the narrative to the gameplay is better. Nothing quite hits the mark here for me. 6 out of 10 for this one.
Oh.
I know.
Actually, they rated it higher than I thought they would have.
Yeah. So a couple of things here that I think are very important. One, I think that you need to know that if you're going to get into Alan Wake 2, you kind of need to be ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really, it doesn't party this way.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing from the other review from the Psychopath you read, where they had the multiple systems. It's like, I really like this kind of third-person action game. And they said Resident Evil and Last of Us 2 and Dead Space. And it's like, Alan Wake is like none of those. It has like nothing in common with them really, other than, I guess, where the camera is, which is behind the guy, and it's scary. So I have no idea why that would be the comparison. This game is not about its gameplay. It's about its vibe. You know what I mean? It's about its vibe.
It is about its vibe.
It's the vibe that you're into in this one. And then I said ride the vibe, which I don't know. I don't like that. That seems bad. But there it is. We did it. Yeah, Kim, I guess it's art.
It's definitely art. Somebody has the number one-star review is from Alabama, E. Clark.
Oh.
Yeah, he writes, first off.
You know E. Clark?
Yeah, I know him.
You go to church with him?
Yeah. Yeah, we go to Baptist church together. Of course, we just call it church. Anyway, first off, I'd like to give a big Alabama FU to the writers with the quote, "It's like Alabama, but with big trees" line that was used as the way to call Alabama racist. In my experience, anyone that makes a point to call other people racist are usually racist themselves. I bet a big, hefty bag of change that this person that wrote that line has exactly 0 black people living in their neighborhood. With that said,
holy shit.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah, there is a population of people in Alabama that have a chip on their shoulder that is so big that I do not know how they stand upright.
And this is one of them?
This is one of them. And then
wow.
My winner for most British person to write a review goes to Ken Flo 3 days ago. 1 star. No physical disc release? You're belling off a lot of loyal customers with this. I will only ever pay a nominal fee less than £20 for a digital game, as there's no resale value. I don't replay games. Life's too short, and I don't believe that £50 is a good value for one playthrough. We'll play in a couple of years when it's cheap or never.
Hey, Kim, you're gonna love this one, because I didn't write it. Luka Popolovic 1 week ago. Alan Woke 2.
There you go. Hold on a second.
In our group chat, Kim said, if you keep saying Alan Woke 2, I will leave the chat.
Yeah. Hold on a second. In Quantum Break, she was white and they made her black. Go woke, go broke. 1 star.
What the hell is he talking about?
I have no idea.
No one played Quantum Break.
No, this guy did. This Saeed Lickmaster.
Oh my God.
You've been listening to Listen to Player 2.
You have been doing that, haven't you? What do you know?
You got to tell them who you are.
Well, we have to say if we have any real recommendations. For folks. You know the rules.
Well,
Yeah.
I know you're playing Alan Woke.
Fuck off. Actually, I beat this game.
Oh, you did? So what are you playing now?
Right now, I am playing a little bit of a game called Shadows of Doubt, which is basically it is a procedurally generated detective game, but the world is very cubey and Minecrafty. It's kind of neat. Hard to play on the Steam Deck, but
yeah, I'm seeing a lot of faults with the Steam Deck, man. It's too heavy.
It's very heavy. It's so fucking heavy. I also finished the downloadable content for Case of the Golden Idol.
Oh, you loved that.
Yeah, and I loved this DLC. It was very good. It definitely did that thing where I thought, once you figure out one thing, you solve the whole fucking page, which is a really cool feeling. It makes you feel like a genius.
Yeah.
Very cheap, and I do recommend it. What about you, Kim? Have you been enjoying anything? Chuck E. Cheese, obviously.
Yeah, I did. There was a new game at Chuck E. Cheese that I liked that was it was an Olympics themed arcade game from Japan, circa 2016 or something.
Yeah.
Where you play as different characters doing different Olympic games. That was kind of fun. But since nobody's going to go to a Chuck E. Cheese,
they don't have a ball pit, as it turns out.
I learned how to play Phase 10.
What is that?
It's a card game.
Okay.
Sorry, man. I played card games.
Created in 1982, sold by Mattel.
Yeah.
It's a variant of Rummy, known as Contract Rummy.
Yeah. It's a Rummy with a twist.
Ooh. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Because the twist is lemon.
I think you can have a twist of lemon or lime.
Ooh,
it's a citrus.
Now we're talking.
Just like a citrus twist.
There we go. Well, Kim, do you have one more review that you can read for us? Because that's how we are released from the curse that is our show.
Okay, I will. Let me pick at random.
That's a good sign.
My cousin really loved to play the first Alan Wake game and waited for the sequel, but recently he died in an accident. So I was really feeling sad that he was one on in the world to play this game. End of review.
I'm not laughing because someone lost a loved one. I'm laughing because that was a review of Alan Wake 2.
A 4-star review. This person was not unhappy.
They still pretty much liked the game.
Yeah. I mean.
Holy shit, Kim. That was unbelievable.
Yeah. 4-star reviews are very hard to come by. And that's one of them.
That 4-star review? 5 stars.
Yeah, I give that 4-star review 5-star reviews. Thank you for listening. You have been listening. Thank you to Listen to Player 2.
My name is Joshua.
And my name is Kim. And Whimsical Bleeding are my real mom and dad. It's funny because it's true.